I'll signal you, Dante. I think we'll get back to stuff.
Welcome, everyone. It is Magic Insiders. Dante Marchitelli, Jake Chapman here with you on this fine, what did we have, Thursday morning? What day of the week is it? Thursday morning. It's great to have you with us here on the Magic YouTube channel. Oh, what a victory for the Orlando Magic last night in Madison Square Garden. We're going to break it all down for you. This man was there, so direct your questions about the team and how they feel and the excitement on the plane towards Jake Chapman, because he was there last night. Allegedly, he had to broadcast from across the street, but he was at least in the building for portions of that game last night. But what a victory it was. The Magic win 124-107. Now they're back at it tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets. It'll be our next NBA Cup game. Magic 1-0 in NBA Cup play, so they're trying to go to 2-0 against Brooklyn. We'll have that for you on 96.9 The Game. We'll have it for you on FanDuel Sports Network. Actually, it'll be 104.5 FM tomorrow.
Yes.
And FanDuel Sports Network.
Thanks, Chrissy.
But here we go. Jake Chapman, you get 28 points from Franz Wagner. Who is that masked man? Had the broken nose, wore the mask. He was sensational. Anthony Black, 17 points in that basketball game last night. Took over in the fourth quarter. You get 22 from Desmond Bane, and you survive 31 from Jalen Brunson. So as we look at your comments and questions, Jake, come on, man. That was a huge win. Give us a sense of how that felt being in the Mecca for a victory against the Knicks.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's technically the second time that I've called the game at Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
So
what do you mean technically? Did the other one not count?
The first time was a long time ago with a different team, and so and I didn't think at that point that I would ever make it back.
Oh yeah. Sure.
So the fact that this feels like it's a permanent gig was pretty exciting. And yeah, it's Madison Square Garden. Not to mention National Spotlight game, which Magic have not fared well in. Paolo Banchero's 23rd birthday. He plays 12 minutes and leaves with a groin injury. It's a strain, hopefully not too bad, but would not return. And still, like, the Magic didn't miss a beat. Franz Wagner, as you mentioned, was outstanding. I mean, we basically dominated for a vast majority of that game. We were able to build up a 21-point lead. The Knicks kept coming, as they do, but that's a team that hadn't lost at home. They were 7-0 at home. They had won 5 straight. They're in the middle of a 7-game homestand. They'll have the finale this weekend, I think Miami, on Friday night. And so that's a championship contending team and a really difficult place to play. And, boy, everything was working. And in the first half, the 3-ball wasn't necessarily falling, but, you were reliant on free throws, as you have been all season long. 28 of 33 at the free throw line. That is such a, that covers over so many blemishes, right? Like when you can count on 30 points a night at the free throw line, then you can survive games where you don't shoot the 3 well or turn the ball over, et cetera, et cetera. Thought we did an awesome job defensively all night. I thought we did an awesome job on the glass all night. That's 2 straight games that we've dominated the rebounding category. That is something that we should be really, really good in, I think. And against a team like that, it's something you got to look out for. Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns are 2 of the best offensive rebounders in the game, and they get so many threes up that there's a lot of long rebounds available. So last night felt like a locked-in group. It felt like you saw what it can look like. And, boy, they took Jamal Mosley's scouting report and they put it into practice, and everything was popping. Not to mention Desmond Bane was really good again.
Oh, huge.
And Anthony Black.
Not only scoring the basketball, but distributing.
8 more assists. I mean, he's getting 7-6 assists every game right now. And as you mentioned, AB, 17 points off the bench. He was 7 of 11. That was good, AB, last night. 7 of 11 from the field, made 3 threes, and 9 of those 17 points were in the fourth quarter. Big clutch shots to put the game away. So it was an awesome night. And, yeah, we were all celebrating on the plane. Every portion of the plane, we were all hanging out together. It was
that never happens.
Not necessarily.
Well, we did get one of the questions.
But I do know that they were fired up on the way back.
Duval did ask what was the plane ride like back to the 407. And that's, I wasn't on that one, but I've been on many of these after a big win, and everybody sleeps. That's what it's like after the play. But you're excited in the locker room. I imagine that was a fantastic scene. And then,
I couldn't find my way down there. I went straight down to the boiler room and then wandered around until I found the bus. So I think, but what I understand,
go down the little thing,
according to David,
yes,
I went down the little thing. Of course,
you gotta go down.
I got the MSG experience, all of it.
And now
it is quite the experience. They're very friendly folks too.
When you find them, it's like I've never been to the Serengeti, but when you see a lion off in the distance, that's like Knicks PR. Like and then it disappears. Right, then it disappears. Yes. You can never quite, kind of like Lowe's salesman, like you can never quite get there. Like you see them off in the horizon.
Right.
But they know.
Stats.
They know when they're being
Paper stats.
when they're being summoned. This is my 28th year. I've never met a member of the Knicks staff, but that's all right. But maybe you did. Maybe you did last night. Maybe that'll change.
My engineer was awesome.
Maybe that
Shout out to Gary.
fortunes will change. But we don't get to see for the 2 hours when they're loading everything up, all the bands and the trampolines that we bring and the solo flex and all that stuff that has to be loaded on the plane. You do hear them celebrating.
Yes,
there is that celebrating then. But for the most part, everybody's sleeping. But I do love this, Jake, and we're getting a lot of comments. And this is something that everyone should be pumped about because I don't think it was not a must-win last night. But coming off the heels of a victory against the Blazers the way you did it with the game winner would have been nice to keep the momentum going. It would have been nice to be here and have maybe the Wizards or somebody coming to town so you could keep that momentum. But to go to New York and win, that means so much for this team. And listen, I know it was a back-to-back for New York. I know it was their third game in 4 nights. But they hadn't gone anywhere. They hadn't traveled, right? They played in that building the night before. And
they've been there all of November.
And contrary to popular belief in the NBA, you can win back-to-back games. It has been done. And when you play your third and 4 nights, I know it's hard, and I know it defies science.
We did it on Monday
night
and
all of our sleep doctors, but that game can also be won the third and 4 nights. So it wasn't a layup for Orlando going in there, taking on the New York Knicks. We just did it against Portland. You're exactly right. So all that to say, this question here from Duval, was that a statement win? In your opinion?
Well, coming on the heels of the Portland win, like that felt like a signature statement is such a, now we're getting into the semantics. I would say yes. I would say it's a statement because the idea of a statement win is that you're proving to people sort of beyond the inner Magic circle what the Magic are capable of doing. And that was a national audience last night, a Knicks team that a lot of people are picking to come out of the East or at least be there in the end once again. And it was playing really good basketball. So, yeah, I'll call that a statement win. At the very least, I think we've kind of erased the 1-4 the shadow of the 1-4 start to the season, all the questions about the pace we're playing with, et cetera, et cetera. Are we getting too far away from our defensive identity? I think we can all at least take a deep breath and maybe just see how the season plays out. Instead of drawing conclusions after 5 games.
No question. But to this point, it does feel like probably your biggest win of the year. Not your most dramatic, like you had the game winner. You're right to that point. But this was huge. Anytime, I don't care what part of the season it is, if you can go to New York and beat the Knicks, who are projected to be first or second in the East, I don't care how many games they've played or if they played the night before. That's a big win. That is a big win, and that was huge. Now you got to keep it going here against Brooklyn. And I'm loving the comments that are coming in. How about your guy Luis Rosario? I went on several Knicks podcasts